What's up YouTube? Stefano Turtle here, and today I'm doing a Vendread deck profile this time. And this is, if you don't know what Vendreads are, they're a zombie ritual type archetype of Yu-Gi-Oh! Note, this deck is not fully complete. I will be trying to add additional cards to it. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. So, first up, I play triples of Vendread Slayer. What he does is he has an effect where if he attacks, he can banish the zombie and then gain extra attack points. But the other Vendread cards actually give him effect when he's ritual summoned with them. So yeah, and that can be gain attack points, make our opponent's monsters lose attack points, gain the ability to banish a special summon monster or banish a spell and trap. So, and I only have two of the ones that do that. So yeah, triple of Vendread Revenant. This one's the one that lets you banish special summon monsters with its effect. And also Vendread Hound Horde, which banishes the spells and traps. Note, these monsters are all from Coda the Duelist, so yeah. And also, these also have effects to revive from the grave, but you can actually banish them from the grave with the field spell or the ritual spell, and also banish or actually summon him from the grave, which is actually really good. So, oops, oh, come on, I'm dropping cards. Sorry. Doing this with one hand, so. Anyways, next, triple of Zombina. If you're like, okay, what does she do? She has an effect where if she's destroyed by a battle or a card effect, she can revive another zombie. So, pretty fun to run. Plus, she's a generic rank 4 or level 4, not rank 4. So, yeah. And by the way, this deck is more geared towards synchros. So, yeah. I'm going to add some Shiranuis in here probably next week or so. So next, triple of Unizombie. This card can level itself up or any card up on the field just by discarding a zombie or a monster, or sending a monster from your deck to the grave. And this card's actually really useful in multiple decks, whether it's like Shiranuis, Vendreads, what else are they gonna say? Skull Servants, anything like that is really useful for. Next, I run two of Plague Spreader Zombie, because this guy has an effect where you can put a card from your hand to the hand to the top of your deck, and then you can special summon him from the grave. So he's actually very useful in here. It's actually one of the older zombie cards. And these two are sort of a dime a dozen, but I only have one of, so one Gozuki and one Mizuki. I'm going to try and get two more Mizukis. I feel Gozuki's fine at one right now. Because the only thing you're really wanting to send are zombies, Plague Spreader, and the Vendreads. So yeah, he sends them to the grave, and if he's destroyed, you can actually banish the zombie and special summon one from your hand. The Mizuki has an effect where if it's in the graveyard, you can banish it and summon a zombie. It's one of the oldest Yu-Gi-Oh cards. You should know what it does if you've been playing for a long time. Next, for the monsters, to round them up, one of Shuten Doji. He has two effects where he can banish two zombies from the grave, and then you can draw a card, which is really useful. Gives you a bit of draw power, and then he can also return a banished zombie to the top of the deck. And last but not least, the last monster, which is not a zombie, Denko Seka. So she has an effect where if you control no set spells or traps, which is unlikely, but it can be a bane of someone's existence depending on what they're playing, like trap tricks or whether it be like trap tricks, Trickstar, Chainburn, something like that. This card can be sort of a bane because it won't let you or your opponent activate set spells or traps, or even set any. So yeah, it's sort of a dick move. And onto the spells, triple of Vendread Origin. This is the ritual spell, obviously. It summons any Vendread ritual monster, and so you know there is a second ritual monster out. I'll try and get it for y'all. And basically, this card will even let you ritual. It's mainly used to summon Slayer, but you can actually summon one from the grave by banishing the monsters required as well. So yeah, and it is not a equals card. It's just like oh, he's in your grave, banish, summon, or discard and summon. And if a Slayer would be destroyed, you can also banish it and negate the destruction. Next up, 2 of Inferno Reckless Summon. Just in case you want to special summon your weaker monsters out there. It actually helps with that. Helps you get your materials for synchros, or your ritual summons, or XZ summons, link summons, doesn't matter, it helps get them out quicker. 2 of Boogie Trap, in case you want to set your traps back down. It also helps you pitch your zombies, which in this deck you sort of want to do. And with Solemn in the deck, you actually find this very useful as well. It's like basically having 3. Next, 1 of Galaxy Cyclone, and 1 of MST for Spell and Trap Destruction. It's basically the equivalent of having 3 MSTs, because Cyclone can banish itself and also destroy a card, and MST is just MST, so. 1 of Gravity Lash, because this weakens your opponent's monster's attack by its defense, which is really useful in some games. 1 Burial from a Different Dimension. This card is very useful in this deck, because you'll be banishing a lot of cards, and then it will just return them to the grave, because it returns up to 3, so. Yeah, next, 1 Swords of Concealing Light. Just set your opponent's cards face down. That way you don't have to worry about them. Like, they're playing Trick Stars or something, you don't have to worry about, like Chorus's effect, or fucking Candina, Lilybell. You don't have to worry about any of them. Next, 1 of Shiranui Style Samsara. This lets you banish a zombie, and you can take no damage from an attack. Or actually, no damage that turn. And also, you can target 2 banished zombies with 0 defense, and add them both in your deck, and then you draw a card. So here's another draw power as well. Next, 1 of Back to the Front for Revival. Summons 1 in defense. Quaking Mirror Force. Again, set your opponent's cards face down. Call of the Haunted. Another revival card. Blind Obliteration. What this does is roll a 6-sided dice. Whatever it lands on, levels and ranks below that are instantly destroyed. Next, Heavy Storm Duster. This is like Twin Twisters basically, where you set it, and basically you want to activate this on your opponent's turn, because if you activate it on yours, you're skipping your battle phase. But it lets you pop 2 back row, and of course your battle phase will be skipped if you use it on your turn. And 1 of Solemn Strike to round off the main deck. And this is sort of like Warning, but except if a monster is special summoned or a card effect activates from a monster, pay 1,500, negate that effect, and destroy that monster. And next, for the extra deck, run a Firewall Dragon. Again, this card is probably one of the best links to have. If you're going to buy this in singles, just note you're paying about $45 or so. Until like the Link Vrains pack comes out for us. And this guy is a Link 4. Whatever points at him and he points back to, he will basically be able to return a card to the hand, to your hand or your opponent's. And if a card is sent from the field to the grave, you can just special summon 1 from your hand too. So not bad there. Next, because this guy is basically generic, Ningirsu the World Chalice Warrior. If you're like, didn't you use that in your World Chalice deck? Of course I do. The main reason I use him in here is because he removes 2 cards from the field, doesn't destroy, doesn't target, and it's your choice. So you can get rid of some really problematic cards. Next, 1 of Decode Talker, because Decode Talker is basically one of our first generic Link we have ever had besides Link Spider. And it has just a really protective effect that's nice. And next, 1 Proxy Dragon. So this guy came out in the Megatin, and he has an effect similar to Eve, the World Chalice Priestess, where it protects the cards it points to. And if he's so different thing, if one of them would be destroyed, or he would actually, or any card, tribute one of the cards. Right, no, destroy one of the cards he points to, and then negate the destruction. Next, we have one Castel, because he can set a card on the field from attack to defense, or he can just bounce a card, which is really good. One Tornado Dragon for spell and trap destruction. Again, it's something you really need in this deck. Onto the Synchros, one of Crystal Wing. Crystal Wing's effect is very fucking useful. It's probably the most powerful Synchro in the game. Because he lets you negate a monster effect, and if he battles a level 5 or higher monster, he can gain that attack, and that's just basically like fucking 3,000 something coming right at you. Next, one of Enlightenment Paladin. I know this guy is best with Pendulum Magicians, but I just have it to have it. Plus, it's a good level 8 because you're left with lots of situations you can go into level 8. Next, one of Life Stream Dragon. I only put him in here because he's my favorite synchro in the world. Mainly because of all the Signer Dragons, he is the only tuner. And of course, you need Power Tool Dragon to summon him, so one of it. One of Archfiend Zombie Skull. This is the only one I have that will protect your zombies. But he is protection for your zombies. He makes sure no zombies can be targeted nor destroyed. So, yeah, plus he's the same stats as Summon Skull. And that's to round off the synchros. We have one of TG Hyper Librarian. I mainly play this outside of Link format, like in Classical, Master Rule 3, or anything prior. Because he is just draw power for your synchros, basically. And 2,400 stats, so yeah. But without further ado, that is all for today. I hope y'all like. Check out my other videos if you do. And if we can get my next few videos to at least 1,000 views or so, I will give away I will do a YouTube giveaway in December. So try and hit that goal. And without further ado, this is the Stefano Eternal signing out.